Sounded like okay. I'm about to start the video again. Hello guys, it's your boy Iciboigaming here, back with another video. And in today's video, me and my friend BlackopsX will be talking about some. Me and my friend BlackopsX will be talking about some ups and downs and some features that we would like to see of Forza Horizon 5. So first, I would like to see better multiplayer. Let's just put it like that, better multiplayer. Maybe a little bit more events and actual good matchmaking system that allows me to actually play with randoms, except for getting one dude in my game, and that was the last game I played because I got bored. The crazy thing was that I could actually hear him talk. He was like, "It's like, well, this is kind of boring," and then he left. So yeah, you know what? I agree with him.
The one thing they kind of need with the multiplayer is kind of this like leaving the game penalty type thing, like how Apex is, because people start to leave the game when they get salty and start.
Oh yeah, that is a thing. Like especially for some reason in the summer series, a bunch of people leave the game, even if you lose, you still get the prize. Why does no one understand that? Even when you lose, you still get the prize in the summer games, and they still leave the game. Another thing is that like in the trial, when you're trying to race, other people like as soon as you lose, like let's just say you win the first game, right? Everyone's like, yeah, we won the first game, yeah, we definitely gonna win this. You lose the second game, which usually anybody's gonna lose the second game because it's like the bots get ultra tuned up. But yeah, basically you lose the second game, and then they're like, man, this team was trash anyway. Yeah, I never liked this team whatsoever. And then they all just leave, and then you're just sitting there like, okay, and you're like, like you just sit there like, I have no real teammates to help me out.
Yeah, but they should also make that like team thing, where you have to like race and if you get first place and stuff, your points go up. They should make like your teammates like non-contact, like how
Yeah,
GTA is.
because there's this one dude, right? He was racing up against the wall and just he slammed right in front of me in the wall just to go up one position. Mind you,
Yeah.
we were already in the top 5 and we already had won the game, so really, what was the point? There was no point. Another thing is like lag out time. Sometimes, like, I'll say that, like, I remember not that long ago, Black Ops, you were AFK in a race, remember? And you just
Yeah.
went out for like it was only like a minute to 30 seconds during the race, and you just boom, you just like got lagged out or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Inactivity time.
Yeah,
That's something
cause
games really kind of need to fix the inactivity
yeah,
time. I
especially
know Call of
GTA.
Duty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GTA.
GTA.
That time is like, like it. They said like it goes from 16 minutes to sometimes a minute and 30 seconds. Like
A
it's
minute
all
and 30
time,
seconds.
which is a thing that I kind of like, but I kind of hate if it's all time. So let's say you start with 20 minutes as your lag out time. Over time, that's gonna go away real quick, and you're gonna have barely any time left.
Yeah.
One thing I kind of like, that I kind of will say that needs to be upgraded, it's like the prices of vehicles. Like, well, not really the prices of vehicles, but the way you earn the money. Because,
Yeah.
like, even though the wheel spins basically gave you a hypercar in the first wheel spin sometimes, but, like, sometimes it really didn't because, like, let's just say you were trying to earn money and you were trying to, what you call it? To me, unless you had Fortune Island, you kind of didn't, what you call it? If not, then you really had to wait a bunch of years until those cars really go down in price on the on the auto shop. Or the auction house. Yeah, auction house. I've been playing too much GTS at auto shop. uh, let's see. Another thing is that I'm glad that they went back to having biomes because I just didn't want to see the same thing every time I drove around. Like the only different thing, to tell you the truth, was mountains. Mountains was really the only different thing. But another thing I kind of hopeful for is like maybe some maybe like some more racing series, like for example, like a rally raid series and all that. Like,
Actual rally racing.
yeah,
Just
like
dirt racing.
Like, oh yeah, this dude gets off at 30 seconds. 30 seconds later, the next guy goes. Then 30 seconds later, the next guy goes. I like basically that's basically how rallies usually start or go off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I know that they're adding a bunch of rally raid vehicles, which is I think is really cool. Cause I actually like rally raid stuff. Like I kind of don't like rally. I found out that I like rally raid way better, which I kind of hope they have rally raid trucks. Cause there was only 3 trucks in the like full blown like trucks besides that truck from the Hot Wheels pack. But there was 3
Yeah.
full blown trucks you could get that I remember. The Volvo Iron Knight, the Unimog, and the Mercedes Racing Team truck thing. But yeah, those kind of got boring because I believe some of them just shared the same engine with each other. They all just shared the same engine, like engine swaps.
Also, I don't think people would probably like this much, but like they should add like kind of like custom maps like where people would like rank them and stuff like tracks and stuff, like use parts and stuff like ramps and things like that.
Oh, they do
Right?
have that. That's
They
Super
did.
7. Yeah, Forza Horizon Super 7.
Oh, I didn't
That
know
was the
that.
last thing they added. But yeah, I believe they do have that coming, like some type of like stadium arena type thing, which I think is super cool and all. One thing I do kind of want to see is like, okay, so I don't know about Black Ops, but this is a common problem for me. I don't know what happened, but from let's just say like the first years that I played Forza, I was actually a real good drifter on Forza. Like all my cars could smoke and like what? All my cars could drift and all that, like, cause I was real like a heavy drift fan. But like it's cause like if your car had enough power for some reason back then in Forza, if your car had enough power, you could easily drift, even if it was all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. You can just easily drift. But now it kind of like it's like they nerfed it to only where like even with the rear-wheel drive cars, you're either gonna have to have a Formula Drift car or a Hoonigan vehicle. Cause I couldn't drift whatsoever. I had a drift built Nissan GTR R35 on Forza, and when I say I used to be able to do donuts easily, I can't even go around a simple corner anymore. I
Oh
really
yeah,
can't.
yeah. That they kind of took that out. Like I used to be able to do like all types of stuff.
And the vehicle was all-wheel drive, like, and
Yeah,
it
I was
kind of
like, and I,
sucks because like, for example, like you know how we have like YouTube video ideas and all that. Like, remember that Tokyo Drift video that we were gonna do?
yeah,
It kind of fell with the 350Zs and all that because guess what? We went from all-wheel drive, right? And we was like,
yeah,
what if all-wheel drive could drift and all that? For some reason, all-wheel drive was drifting better than rear-wheel drive, and that's because rear-wheel drive cars didn't have enough speed. That kind of sucks. And,
yeah.
and that's another thing with rear-wheel drive cars. Better 0 to 60s, because I know there are some rear-wheel drive cars out there with some super quick 0 to 60s.
It's
And
either
then,
that. Oh, continue.
oh, you about to say something? You could go.
No, no.
Oh, but one thing I do want to see is maybe like some actual cities. I don't know why, but I kind of didn't like that more like countryside. What you call it? I like to see cities. That's one thing about me. I like to see cities because like cities are actually real cool and all that. But like it just like it's just the map was kind of boring. Like I like the location, but the map was boring. If that makes any sense, which it kind of doesn't. That's like saying the location's boring, but the location's good, which it kind of is. But one thing I do want to see is I do want to see like I want to see AI vehicles move like a normal real life vehicle. Like for example, they're going. Let's just say you got a road and you're going 40 miles per hour, right? The AI going 40. Why not when they get to the highway and let's just say it says 75 miles an hour or however much for your country? Like let's just say why can't the cars like move faster on the highway? They're always like very slow. Like let's just say you're
Yeah,
trying to do like a realistic drive and cruise and all that, and you have an AI that's literally going 20 on a 60 miles per hour highway. That gets boring, and especially when you're going 60, it feels like you're going 30. Like you have to go fast to feel like you're going slow, which that kind of makes no sense. That's like turning left to go right. Doc Hudson knows that. Like it's just it kind of sucks. Another thing that I would want to see is like some more like I know that they said they're gonna have more body kits and all that, but I want to see like more like custom kits like from custom cars instead for like just what you call it. And I do want to see some rare one of ones because if I see rare one of one cars, like it's just way cooler because you got some rare cars in that game that other games might not have. Like for example, Absol has a bunch of cars, which a bunch of them by the way are shell cars and not actual like full blown made cars. But yeah. And another thing is super like vehicle classes. And the infamous Corvette is one of them. Let's just talk about how the Corvette literally is called a muscle car. I mean, it does have a V8, but I'm pretty sure that thing's a supercar. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure most of the Corvettes should be classified as a supercar, starting from the one like the Z06, I believe so, like that one in 2000s, like in the 2000s that a bunch of video games use. I think that should be a supercar because it's kind of like they don't make that a supercar, and everybody's like it's not even a real supercar. But most cars use LS engines, and they're tuned to the max like crazy. So why isn't the Corvette a supercar? And I mean, it could do supercar speed, and I mean, it really kind of does have supercar luxury if you look at it from a standpoint. But like,
Yeah.
it basically is a supercar. Another thing I want to see more sedans. There, I can't even like the only sedans that I've really seen were European sedans. To be honest, I have not seen that many sedans in this game. It was really just coupes, trucks, and buggies. So, like more sedans. And another thing is, I want to see Formula like classic Formula One cars. Or like maybe like get like retired Formula One cars, or maybe like from 2000s, like the early 2000s and down and all that. Cause like I know that some other Formula One cars are still active and all. But like I mean, it would be pretty cool to have like a that and like a full blown racetrack is also cool. Like a racetrack to test out the vehicles. That's another feature. GTA added this feature when they had their Los Santos Tuners update. Is the test track. It allows you to test out cars, and some cars are even new cars that we have never seen before, which I also think is really cool. And the one
Yeah.
final thing is houses. Now, if you've ever played Test Drive Unlimited, which Black Ops, have you ever played that game? Test Drive Unlimited.
No.
So, oh dang. But basically, in Test Drive Unlimited, you can have a house and you can actually go inside the house. Instead for just sitting there in the driveway, I think that would be a cool feature to have our drivatar walking around. And that speaking of walking around, I want to see AI walking around. Just like you know how the sheep physics and the animal physics are. Why not let the animals just move like you know how you have animals walking around? Why not just have people walking around and just if a player tries to run them over, which I'm pretty sure there will be, just literally have the people bump out the way like how they have the animals. That would be that simple.
Yeah, kind of like in the crew too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is fun. They just
Yeah.
whoa.
Charlie thought he'd get blood on his car, but he actually just ran into blood.
No, cause the game glitched out. But another thing I do want to see is I want to see more like I want to see longer stretches of road. I know they said that there's gonna be one huge highway, but I want to see something like a drag strip or an air strip, or let's say
Or
for
drag
example,
course.
yeah, like a good drag racing spot, or like for example a super long narrow road and it's nighttime like street racing type theme. I like the street racing events, but I kind of hope that the street racing events are actually kind of like well I don't know street racing events and they're actually surrounded by the city, like, cause I don't know why. But bringing a street racing event out of a place where it doesn't even look like it should be street racing kind of sucks. Another thing I would want to see is maybe events with police, like police events. That would be pretty cool.
Well, the reason why they don't have police events, like, do you mean like chasing, like going
No,
with the police, or?
not in free roam, but like actual events, like.
Yeah, I know that, but
Because
like
we
that's kind of
do
like
like
a.
they do have police swaps, like a cops versus robbers type game mode. Because they do have police like styles for vehicles. One feature that I kind of hope is cool and may not be noticed a bunch, but it's when you turn the steering wheel, especially if like you play with a steering wheel, which I do. Like if like when you turn your steering wheel, it does like 4 degrees of rotation, but when you turn your steering wheel in Forza, it just goes to the side and stops, and it goes to the side and stops. I would rather either do that. I would rather either have 4 degrees of rotation or do what the Crew 2 does. And what they do is basically when you turn the car, for some reason, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. The vehicle, like the thing turns super slow. Like it's just super slow. To the point where you don't really get to see the full rotation. It's a good way of hiding like you didn't put that much effort into that part compartment. Another thing I do want to see is maybe like okay, so one thing I do want to see is like some like kind of like Easter eggs or something like that, or like hunts for like special like tributes and stuff. I know they said that there will be probably some Easter eggs or so. I think like it would be cool if there was an Easter egg like in the volcano. So you if you have ever seen the Terminator, you know like that thing where he sinks in the lava and he sticks his thumb out. Maybe in
Oh
the
yeah,
volcano, like there will be like a thumb and a mechanical hand. That would be pretty cool. Um,
yeah.
Also, I would like to see like maybe I would maybe see like a crash car off the side of the mountain. Like if you've ever seen the movie Tokyo Drift, you know that like you know that the
They kind of need
350Z that
better car crash physics.
yeah
You're right.
like because basically why they don't have better crash physics is because companies think that it will ruin their image and thinks that people will think that the cars are safe. Most of the people playing the games are kids, not people in their 30s. I'm sorry, but like most of the people playing the game aren't even allowed to have a car. So
I
what
feel
image are you putting in the first place? Like
I feel
besides,
like if they had better car crash physics, they'll be able to like attract more people. So there'll be
yeah,
like more videos of
like
like
for
kind
example,
of cool car
BeamNG
crash.
Drive has better car crash
Yeah.
physics. Well, I mean they have the best car crash physics out of any game there is. But one thing I do want to see is I want to see some more like I want to see some more full blown race cars. That's what I really want to see.
Like
More
NASCAR,
like yeah, NASCARs.
F1.
Yeah, F1 cars, hill climb, and basically anything you could think of. I kind of want to see
Oh,
it.
hell climb.
Yeah, like hill climb, like like just seeing like for example, Pikes Peak builds and all that, like rally cars, like actual full blown rally cars and all that, not just like show off rally cars and all that. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's really what I want to see. Oh yeah, and one downside I will say before like I end off the video is like a false popularity phase where I was going to discuss this in the first. I was trying to discuss this in the first what you call it, but my computer was acting up, and so I wasn't able to. But a false popularity phase where basically everybody like just gets on the game because it's popular. Like if you're gonna play the game because you want to play the game, go ahead. But if you're gonna play the game because it's like everybody thinks it's popular and then criticize it, and then that makes sure other people criticize it, then you shouldn't be playing the game. I'm sorry. Like if you play a game from a company that you've never played before, you shouldn't really be criticizing. I mean, even though everybody has their own opinions and their own voice, I don't think you should be criticizing because you've never played any of the other games and you don't know really what it's like. Especially those that know, like most people when it comes to racing games, they at least know a little thing or two or seen a thing or two about cars. and we aren't farmers. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, um, like if you ever ask a person that probably played a racing game before, they can at least name 5 cars off the bat, even if they don't even like cars or are really into cars. They can at least name 5 cars off the bat. But like, I just will find it stupid. Like you've like never seen a car before, like a cool car before, and you're like, oh yeah, is this the Ferrari? And it clearly says Lamborghini. Like you like that will trigger so many people if you don't know what you're doing. Like yeah, so that's really all I have to say. Do you have to say anything else, Black Ops?
And can we get some Forza Horizon? Yeah, kind of Forza Horizon community lyrics, like the ones like Forza like designers, like developers made, and just, like stuff. Yeah, just like that. Also, if you change the engine, it kind of changes the sound of the car engine in general. That's about it.
Yeah, I believe they said that they might add stuff like that, which I think is a good thing as well. Well, this is Iciboigaming out. Like and subscribe to Black Ops' channel, which is called
How you
BlackopsX.
doing?
But yeah, like and subscribe to my channel, and have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time. Boom.